So I'd love to hear more about MMUN. So I have not yet experienced this as a parent. I'd love to hear more about what is it. Yep. And the skill sets that children are learning as they're experiencing this. Can you tell me more?
Yeah, and it's a great thing that we're talking about it right after Biography Day, because if you think about Biography Day, it's like a capstone, that really main piece of work that a child might look forward to every year in the lower L. I want to transition from Biography Day being that capstone piece and now consider that MMUN is more of a capstone for the upper elementary program. So in MMUN, it is a study of a specific country that you get randomly chosen to be a part of and represent at the MMUN, which is the Montessori Model United Nations in New York City. It's a physical trip that you go there and you sit in a room and you represent that country. So the countries change every single year, just like for Biography Day, the person you are changes every year. But hopefully every year you get a little bit better at your topic and understanding your topic. Those don't really change. And the topics are typically like the essential world issues of our time. So I could list a few examples for you. Understanding geopolitics is the basic core of all these issues, but a lot of them have to do with climate change right now. 4 different people are studying different aspects of climate change. Another topic is public health. I have 2 people studying different aspects of public health, especially as it relates to COVID-19, but also patient safety. And the topics are heavy on one hand, but also very interesting for this age group. They're digging in deeper into stuff that they might have only heard their parents talk about, but now they're the experts in. Mm-hmm. Other topics could include nuclear disarmament is a main topic that they have every year, I know. That's part of the Security Council of the UN. And then we have things like education as a topic. And we have things like even like something as specific as space exploration is a topic this year as well at the MMUN. So a child will get randomly assigned a topic. They will represent that country, and then they'll go to work for about, 5-6 months. And so after school, twice a week, we'll meet in study hall. This is not something that we've always done at Butler. It's something that we've developed over time. We signed up for, I think, our first MMUN conference maybe 7 years ago. And maybe at that time, we only had like 4 or 5 students who actually made the trip. They were probably like 6th graders or 7th graders. Now we have, I think, 30 students going, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. So once we decide who's going, we'll typically invite all the 6th years if they want to go, and then maybe some 5th years, depending on what their interests are. It's really about after school study hall, writing our position papers, which is like a 5-paragraph, 4-paragraph essay that really identifies their understanding of the topic. And then we practice preparing to sit in a group and talk in a group and discuss these issues in a group and come to some type of resolution. So the end of the conference is everybody comes to some type of resolution on their issue with the other countries that are there. These are children from other Montessori schools around the country. They might be from other Montessori schools around the world. And then they'll hopefully make some really cool connections and friends from that. But really, I'm noticing a really cool friendship and connections being made by the Butler students themselves in this group, especially after spending all this time after school together and planning this big trip that we're going to take. It's like a 3-night overnight trip where they have to pack accordingly and they have to plan what are they going to wear at the conference in terms of like formal attire, how to look good, how to dress professionally. We do some speech work and some public speaking skills. And then ultimately, we'll bring back all of our speeches and all of our professional attire and all that experience that we gained in New York. And we'll do it in front of our own parents at MMUN night here at school. In the past, we've invited ambassadors from different countries that we represented in DC to come out to Butler, and we'll give our speeches one more time here in front of all of our family and friends as well. This year, just so you know, we're representing the Dominican Republic and we're representing Brazil. And so far in the last month, we've been to the Dominican Republic's embassy in DC. We interviewed the ambassador. We had a really nice formal sit down with her, asked her a bunch of questions. She gave us cookies. She gave us orange juice. We loved that. She showed us all the parts of their country's flag. She talked to us about all these different elements of their country. We asked her some really, really cool questions. And then we also had a special Zoom call with the Embassy of Brazil and did the same thing with them. So we're going to take all that experience and now bring it to New York with us in a few weeks. And hopefully the children have a really lasting and great experience and learn a lot from this as well. But in a way, it's a capstone of 3 years of upper elementary work in writing, the writing process, and public speaking.
And Kelly, I know that you're starting a new type of MMUN prep. Do you want to talk about that?
For sure. So I didn't want to just make it all about the 6 years. So I wanted to do a separate course. It's an after school course. It's just like a study hall 1 day a week after school. It's called MMUN Prep for the rising 6 years, so the fifth years who are going to be 6 years the next year, to give them some of those same basic skills at an earlier time that they can practice, and they can start to form that bond a little bit earlier, so that when we come back in the fall of the next year and they become that official sixth year, they'll be even more confident. So we're going to do 2 different after school programs. The one is the MMUN prep that's building up to the capstone, which is the MMUN program that hopefully even in the middle school we'll get to go a few times and really learn a lot about the world.
Thank you so much for sharing. I'm very excited for my children to participate.
Yes, it's a big deal, but it takes a lot of, dedication from the parents too. So I want to put that out there. It's not all easy. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hours of prep, but yes, it is really essential stuff for our upper L students.